On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 drummers drumming. Today is the 12th day of Christmas. It is the feast of the Epiphany. This marks the end of the Christmas season, or Christmastide, and the beginning of the season known as Epiphany. Today is the day that they commemorate when the wise men found the baby Jesus and brought him the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, traditionally, we say the three wise men because it had the three gifts. Probably there were a lot more, but today marks the season where everybody remembers the Christ child. They're still celebrating his birth. They're starting to understand a little bit about his message, and this leads us up to the time known as Lent. In some places, this marks the season where they will celebrate Mardi Gras. You will have the king cake and the three colors of the royal colors of the wise men: gold, purple, and green. Cake that has the little baby in it that represents the baby Jesus. This is also the night that we honor my friend and fellow Christmas worker, Befana. She is the Italian Christmas witch, also known as Strega Nonna, Granny Good Witch, who also, like me, brings gifts to children throughout Italy and around the world. We honor the three kings who also bring gifts. On this Feast of Epiphany in some countries, this is why I have a little bit of a break on Christmas Eve, because not everybody gives gifts on the 24th of December. In some countries, Christmas is the religious holiday. It's for the grown-ups and the family celebrations and attending church and reflecting on the meaning behind the birth of Jesus, Christ child, the reason for the season. Epiphany, because that is when the three kings brought presents for the baby Jesus. This is when they will give gifts to the children. So Befana and the three kings help me bring gifts to boys and girls in many Latin American and Iberian countries and the Italian peninsula and other places. Also the day when they set out the poinsettias. Poinsettia being a very special sacred flower, long before it was ever known as poinsett, after the American ambassador who saw it in Mexico and just fell in love with them and brought them back to the United States. Poinsettia, the story behind it is one young child wanted to bring something to the church, but she was very poor. Her mother was very sick. She was not able to do what her family usually did, which was weave a blanket for the baby Jesus to be swaddled in. As she was heading to the church, she was feeling very, very bad, and she wanted to bring something, some gift. And so she saw some weeds growing along the side, nice bright green, and she thought, if I have nothing else to give, I'll give these. So she came in and she was getting ready to lay them by the manger. She noticed something amazing. The leaves at the very end had turned from green to bright red, and they were in the shape of a star. Well, everybody else noticed it, and as they were leaving the church, they noticed that all along the roads and around the village, all these plants had turned red. And so they always thereafter became associated with honoring the baby Jesus. They grow around Christmas time, and these sacred flowers from long before Christianity became a wonderful symbol of the holiday season, of rebirth, of hope, of light in the darkness. And so on this Epiphany, on this 12th day of Christmas, we wish you all the best. And as we prepare to celebrate the Feast of the Epiphany and the season of Epiphany, we wish you many continued blessings.